Got a great show planned for you today. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
I'm okay. I'm getting by, bro.
Yeah, the nerves aren't getting to you yet?
No, I'm very nervous.
Yes, you are, aren't you?
Very, very nervous. It's a mix of nervousness and then raw excitement because being in a packed house for a playoff game for the first time in 6 years, that's exciting.
Yes.
But then envisioning Juan Soto parking one off the Shea Bridge in the first inning off Max Scherzer and you, Darvish, getting out of a 2-on, 1-out jam in the bottom of the first kind of makes my stomach itch.
It's funny. There's a big difference. I think, I could be wrong, so I'm not saying I'm going to the mattresses of this one. But there's a difference, I think, in the way fans of the Giants, the Yankees, and I don't know, maybe the Knicks, they're irrelevant, so let me keep them out of it, approach a big playoff game.
Yeah, no
as
kidding.
Opposed to, the Jet fan and the Met fan.
Yeah, you'll ever wonder why?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, I'll figure it out.
Why you're like everything that you guys think about pregame, you want them to win, obviously, you're a fan, but it's all negative.
Yeah, you want to know why?
It's all about what they might not do.
1998 AFC Championship game.
In
2009, 2010, the final game of the regular season against Buffalo.
Yeah.
Those are just a few examples. And on the Mets side of things, where do you want me to go? You want to go back to the end of the 15 World Series or the beginning of the 15 World Series or the wild card game in 16 or the collapse of 07 or game 7 of 06? The reason why the Mets, the Jets fan, and other fan bases in this town, but we'll use those as an example. The reason why we are fearful coming into these big moments is because a lot of times it ends in pain.
But you guys have already figured out, like, the worst-case scenario. Oh, what if Edwin Diaz sucks? Like, Edwin Diaz is the best closer in baseball. He's been so damn good. It's Mariano S., to be fair. That's how good a season he had. But you guys have been listening, just listening as a fly on the wall, Evan, for the last 48 hours or so. And it fascinates me how, well, you guys are very happy you're there, obviously. You're thrilled you have Scherzer, DeGrom available for this series. It's all about who's going to let us down. And I'm fascinated by that.
I think that for me personally, what happened last weekend, even though it shouldn't matter anymore, it's a new beginning. Everybody starts 0-0 and
That's
blah, blah,
right.
blah, blah, blah. It is still fresh in my mind. It is still fresh in my mind how small everybody came up in what was essentially a playoff preview against the Atlanta Braves. And I know that may not matter tonight, and that may not matter Saturday. And I hope when we're together on Monday at 2 o'clock, we're laughing. We're going, ha, ha, what a great weekend. Who cares about Atlanta a week earlier? But that is still fresh in my minds. I think it's fresh in a lot of Met fans' mind. So when you ask me, as you get set for a playoff game, your first one in 6 years, why are you nervous? Why are you fearing the worst?
I understand
think
nervous.
there are reasons why.
Let me be very clear. Nervousness is appropriate. I totally understand that. Butterflies in your stomach, having a weird kind of like out-of-body feeling about, the days kind of just going by and you're walking on this cloud because you can't wait for the first pitch. I get all that. I don't understand why all of you have now contemplated how it's going to go wrong.
Because of last weekend. More so than the past, more so than 07 or 08 or 06, which you could act and say is irrelevant to this Met team, you're right. I think last weekend, we are not that far removed, Craig, from the Mets getting swept in a 3-game series for the National League East.
I know. Now, listen, even though the fact that you swept the Nationals and the offense kicked in late, doesn't mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't actually, no.
Like, you guys fascinate me. Like, if the New York Jets were in a playoff game, I would not be contemplating how we're going to lose the game.
Then you're not a real Jet fan.
You guys are contemplating how you're going to lose the game. I bet you Alonso doesn't hit a home run. I bet you Jeff McNeil's bat goes cold. Oh, I bet you Darvish looks like Cy Young.
Well, he has.
I bet you Soto finally decides he wants to be a Padre, and you just said it yourself. First inning home run.
Yes, because I've seen Juan Soto kill the Mets at Citi Field. I saw him dominate in the postseason in 2019. Like, these thoughts I have, Craig, are not that crazy.
They're crazy.
How are they crazy?
You were the best team and not named the Los Angeles Dodgers for 90% of this season.
Yep.
Fair to say?
They were very good, yes.
Very, very good.
Yep.
One of the hallmarks of this particular team, other than, of course, a couple weeks where they didn't deliver on this, was the fact that this team never died.
You're right.
This team fought back in every game.
Until last weekend.
Like the game in Philadelphia with the 7-run ninth inning that I remember.
That was great. That was in April.
Yeah, I know, but the DNA of this team is that they don't quit.
I agree until last weekend.
How come you guys as
until
fans
last weekend.
are quitters?
Last weekend. And no one's quitting. I'm not even predicting the Padres are going to win this series. I'm just explaining to you where my nervousness and maybe some negativity comes from. And it really doesn't even come necessarily from the history of this franchise more than last weekend. And what I need from Max Scherzer in this Met offense is to very quickly erase last weekend. And they can. Look, Max Scherzer comes out and retires the first 9 guys. The Mets jump on Yu Darvish early and hand him a lead. I think that will cleanse us a little bit early in this game. But what happened a week ago, for me, I'm not speaking for every Met fan, I can only speak for myself, is still very much fresh in our mind. And for you to act like it didn't happen or to act like we should ignore
I'm not acting like
sorry.
it didn't happen. I'm acting like it did happen. And okay, you're in the playoffs. You know, I think you're better than San Diego. Maybe you're not. But you guys have already set yourselves up. It fascinates me, the mentality of it. I guess I have to respect it because of the history, and I get that. But it's amazing to me that you're going to have 46,000 people, whatever the number is, in the ballpark tonight. First off, you're all going to be pissed off because it's going to take you 2.5 hours to get there. You're going to hate waiting in line to get through the metal detector.
Right.
You're going to be cursing the Mets from 6 to 7:10. We know what's going to happen, right? And then the game's going to start. And you're waiting for it's almost like you're waiting for it.
No, I disagree.
You're waiting
with that.
for the
So,
bad thing to happen.
I disagree.
I know
think
Tommy
that,
is.
No, but I think you're wrong. I think the crowd and the energy out of the gate is going to be fire. I think when the Mets take the field at 8:06, 8:07, it's going to be fire. I think when Max Scherzer, if he throws strikes 1 to Jurickson Profar, the crowd is going to be fire. I think there are things that could happen that could take the crowd out of the game and bring that nervous energy, like leaving guys on base in the first inning, like Soto taking Scherzer deep, sure. But I think right out of the gate, you are looking at a fan base that is desperate. The one thing about Citi Field playoff games, because I've gotten a chance now, we all have to experience it, even though it was a long time ago.
No, I've been there too. I'm with you.
We are a desperate fan base. The reason why Citi Field moves and gets electric and at least comes close to replicating Shea Stadium is because we're desperate. And that desperation is a loud sound where every little thing that we're excited about, we show you our excitement. So I don't think from first pitch there's going to be a negative air. But could there be a negative air if the same things that dogged them last weekend dogged them early against the Padres? Yes.
Here's my advice. If you're going to tonight's game, don't be like people that are at the airport pissed off that they're checking people for bombs and stuff because they're doing it for our safety. I can't believe the line here. No, you'd rather people walk in with guns and knives and bombs, right? Don't be that guy. And I know it's very hard. I know it's hard to leave work at 4 o'clock unless you have that amazing boss that lets you go. It's going to take you forever to get there. It's going to take you forever to get inside the building. That is part of this experience. So embrace it. Eat an edible. Get some sour diesel. Bring a flask. Have a couple sips. And enjoy the moment. Because when the game starts, it seems like you're going to be on the edge of your seat until the Mets have it sealed up. That's how it's going to be.
Yes, man. This is not common for us. The Mets don't host playoff games every single year. And so for the first time in 6 years, we're walking into a building and we're playing a playoff game. And Max Scherzer's being paid $42 million, and we expect greatness. Francisco Lindor's making $300+ million and had a great year. We expect greatness. Pete Alonso has become the face of the franchise. We expect greatness. We expect these guys to perform at a high level tonight. Take game 1. And move on. Win game 2, call it a day, and send me to L.A.
And like we always say, legacies are not made during regular seasons, typically. Legacies are created in the postseason. So this is the first shot we get to see. Francisco Lindor in the postseason as a Met. Pete Alonso.
Everyone, Craig.
There's not
outside
a single guy,
of
right?
Jacob deGrom, every single human being on this Met roster has not participated in a postseason game for the New York Mets.
Right.
Not a one, except for Jacob deGrom.
And, of course, everybody remembers his past. But I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see it. And, listen, I am that Yankee fan who grew up a diehard Met fan who would like to see you guys do well.
Oh, thanks.
I'm a New Yorker. I want the New York Mets to win. Yes, will I get some joy along the way? If they make you sweat it out, I will. but I am not rooting for the Mets to lose this series to San Diego. I would like to see them win for a lot of reasons, but I'd like to see them win. So I just want to let you know that right
Well,
out
I
of the gate.
appreciate that. And
now,
to your
I'm
point,
going to have fun.
No, I get you.
I'm going to poke.
Well, here's the good news.
But I want you guys to win.
I'm not sure if this is good news or bad news, but for everyone who's a regular on this radio station, so like the morning show, Tiki and Tierney, and you and I, when we sign off, you won't hear from us together until the series is over on Monday.
What do you mean by that?
The series is going to be over by Sunday night,
now,
maybe earlier.
Here's my question. Evan and I are going to tell you, we're going to predict who's going to win the series, not from a gambling standpoint, just do the Mets survive and advance to the LA Dodgers in round 2, the NLDS. We're going to do that later in the show. My question, though, thus far, if you've been paying attention or not, has there been a single host on this radio station to pick the Padres to win? Anybody know the answer to that?
I have no idea. I can't answer.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that.
I have not listened. No offense.
Tommy, can you find out for me? Everybody in SNY picked the Mets to win the series.
I saw that.
I'm just wondering, has anybody picked the Padres to win this series on this radio station?
The only regular host I heard in the last 24 hours is Sal. I rewinded to hear Sal Licata. I care what he has to say.
Yeah, but I know he picked the Mets.
He did pick the Mets.
Because he did it on SNY.
No, I know, but I heard him pick the Mets. So I can tell you 100% he picked the Mets. I can't tell you about anybody else.
All right, listen, we're going to get into the roster, the decisions they made, whether or not they make sense, and get you as close as we can right up until first pitch. Acknowledging, of course, we have Jets-Dolphins tomorrow, Sunday rather, and, of course, Sunday morning, the London game, Giants and Packers. Danny Jones is going to start that game. I don't think he's going to finish that game, but he's going to start, and we have the Draymond Green nonsense. So let me just say it right now. Draymond Green should be suspended for the year. And I'll walk you through why I say that a little bit later on in the show.
Oh, my God.
For the year.
For the year.
Should be suspended for the year.
For the season.
For the season.
You know what?
That's right.
Let's ban him for life.
No, I don't want to ban him for life.
Let's go all the way with
No, but Draymond Green should be suspended for the season. And I'll walk you through how I can back that up.
Then I'll explain,
and please poke holes in it.
And then I'll explain how that is one of the most awful takes I've heard in a long time.
Okay, that's fine. For the season.
For the season.
For the season. Should be suspended. For the season.
For the season.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, the videotape operator that gave the tape to TMZ is being fired for his life. Draymond Green, and that's not why, should be suspended for the season.
I wonder who leaked it.
Well, but somebody works for the Warriors.
Or maybe someone called up someone from the Warriors and said, I'm going to take care of you. Why don't you leak this?
You mean somebody on the Lakers like LeBron James?
Who
Is
would
that what you're
have
getting at?
motivation to cause dysfunction in Golden State? Who would have motivation to blow the whole thing up? And you were close, but it's not LeBron James. It's a guy who was moping around the court last night because he was not happy about getting blown out by the Heat in a preseason game, and that would be Kevin Durant. Hey, guys, I still have some friends up there. Hey, can you do me a favor?
You're funny. By the way, wouldn't put it past either one of them, to be honest with you.
Like that